whatever. But I'm back with it, and this time I got a guest with me. You know, it's usually just me, but I got somebody else today. So she introduced herself.
Hi, I'm Tay. With Tay.
Tay with Tay.
Yeah.
All right, so we got to get into it, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Today, really gonna be talking about like relationships, and just we're gonna be touching on a lot of different points as far as the dating pool, why women do this, why men do this. You know what I mean? So we ain't one sided because y'all love trying to say I'm one sided. Like, so the first thing I want to talk about for real is what's your opinion on what the dating pool is like today in 2024? I got an idea on what it's like.
I feel like today's generation, at the age that we're at, specifically, it's a little bit more difficult. Finding people who date with genuine intentions, date with innocence.
I think on the dating pool is just that shit ain't about love. That shit just about benefits, what you can get out of a motherfucker. Catch a quick vibe for however many months or weeks or however long. Ain't nobody really dating with true intention of actually being in a relationship, like for real. What else I think the dating pool like? People who match your fly, like you if two people dress nice, like it's literally this serious to me. Like if they dress nice and she dress nice, they link up, and because it's like a flex together. Like we outside, we fly as hell. Everybody gonna see it on the internet. They gonna eat it up, and they probably don't even got nothing compatible. And that's why you will see a motherfucker fucking with a motherfucker, and then months later, like, oh, he back single, or he with another woman, or whatever. Like they just go ghost. The relationship go ghost. Like, so that's how I view how today's relationship is.
So do you feel like a lot of the time when people are picking who they want to date, they're picking based on certain things that are either trending or that they're specifically looking for outside of what they've been through in the past relationships or something like that?
Shit, both definitely was trending. Like shit, right now I feel like what's trending is like the shit they see on the internet, like a rich street nigga, like whatever he do, whether he trap, he scam, whatever he do, like that's gonna get chose over a good nigga any day because of the image that they give out. The street nigga could be the worst nigga in the world, and the working nigga could be the best nigga in the world, but everybody ain't gonna flock to the working nigga because he ain't fly as the street nigga or whatever the other dude is, whatever he got going on. So it just be like, I call that shit the honeymoon season. Like every time motherfuckers get together, the first couple months, y'all head over heels. You even talking about you in love. Like that shit don't be real love, because as you can see, once that shit go away and real problems really start to come into it, motherfuckers be ready to give up off the simplest shit. Like, but motherfuckers just need to quit bringing babies into the situation too. That'd be the worst.
I personally feel like when we talk about certain things with dating and who chooses what, I feel like at a certain age you have to grow out of certain things. Like I would say, personally, from what I've seen, women who choose to chase after those street men, they grow out of it at some point. I feel like that, and I feel like the same with men. Men chase after what you call a bad bitch. They want that female that is built a certain way. She look like she got something going on. She look like she can pull a whole lot of different men, and she look like she run good game. You know what I mean? We all go after certain things, but I feel like at some point you got to grow out of it. Now, I'll say at this age that we're at, personally, I don't think that a lot of women chase after the whole street nigga look, and I don't feel like a lot of men really still want the bad bitch. We get to a certain point where we don't really want that anymore. We want to try to steer towards something different, but sometimes it's hard because now what you have always been attracted to, you have to force yourself to not be attracted to that anymore so you can find something real. That's why a lot of people are still single, because we want that feeling that we had when we chased after what we ideally wanted. But that's when it takes some soul searching. You know, now you have to kind of like dig into yourself. Like, am I being genuine now? When I'm looking for something that I've always wanted,
Let me write that down. Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
As far as that feeling, am I being the one that's genuine now? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of the time we just um, we want that same feeling we had before when we chase after that image of either, you know, a bad bitch or a street nigga. Because personally, I wouldn't go for somebody that is ideally like a drug dealer or a hood nigga or something like that.
Yeah.
But a lot of women want, you know, a provider, a protector, and a leader. And the image that some men have to where like they seem like the type that will bust a nigga ass, you know what I mean? Or be quick to fuck some. That's what we will go after. Or that's what some most women would.
But why though?
I feel like a lot of the time it's just that feeling of it could be a traumatic type of thing. Like for me personally, if I've been in a relationship in the past where my man really wasn't doing too much to stand behind me, protect me, when I get out of that relationship and it happened to not have worked, I'm going to look for that specifically in the next man that I'm choosing to date. I want someone that I know for a fact is going to make sure that he protects my name, he protects my body, he protects just the whole foundation that I provide for him because he wants to keep that.
Let me ask you this: why when the good niggas, like they pursuing you, they doing everything right, but the nigga that got the street persona, he ain't doing everything right. You would gravitate more to the nigga that ain't doing everything right, the street nigga versus the nigga who ain't street but he doing everything right. Like why?
It's for the chase. We all love the chase.
Why that shit be like that? Like
it's for the chase. Honestly, I feel like on both ends, we all like to play cat and mouse, and women do too.
That shit like
yeah, we like to chase. We definitely like to chase, but I also feel like a lot of the time love is blind. Some people, they're just so quick to fall in love with the sight of something. You know what I mean? Love at first sight or whatever you want to call it. But love is blind. We try to give somebody the benefit of the doubt just based on what we want them to be. And whole time, you know, we could be completely wrong.
So, all right. So let me gravitate into the next one then. Do you feel like men are or are not obsessed with women in today's time?
I feel like men are not obsessed with what a lot of women are presenting.
And it ain't got nothing to do with nigga being gay or none of that, because I know that's like motherfuckers scapegoat to everything. But you said, you said what though? Just to reiterate,
I said I feel like men are not obsessed with what we're presenting to them. I feel like just like women are tired of certain things, men are tired too.
Yeah, like and that's real shit. Like me personally, like it don't be no, like you said, it don't be no room to guess on nothing. Like damn, I like just off rip. Like I know how you look naked. Like I should be that shit used to be a mystery. Like I remember being back in school, like it's something that I really like, and she looked so good. And I'm like, damn, I wonder what the fuck she looked like about it. That like now, shit, I could just go on your page. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or you got an OnlyFans. If I just want to pay that little fee just to take a look, like that's already. So now, like as a man, like shit, I'm seeing what you want. So like shit, I'm trying to get in where I fit in. Whether they work or not, that's not the point. But I'm trying to get in where I fit in. And nowadays, like women just so comfortable showing their bodies. For period, I'm talking about the shit they wake up in, the shit they go to sleep in. Selling they pussy, selling content. I remember back in school, bitches would feel like their life was over. They got exposed.
Yeah, it's a natural trait.
They exposed themselves and they happy about it, like, cause they running up that money, like.
Yeah, women should naturally feel, ashamed to show certain things. That's a natural trait women should always have. But now today's like you said, and they use it for content now, and that's a projection or an excuse for, like, oh, at the end of the day, it's about attention.
Fact.
Although we do love attention, it's like there's a whole new norm now to where like attention is okay. Like just chasing attention it shouldn't be looked at as wrong, no matter how you're doing it, because, oh, I'm getting paid, when in reality, you're not necessarily like becoming anything big from it. Like I would never, just like, I think that there's certain morals that we as women should have just because of the fact that when all this stuff dies down, because
Yeah,
everything eventually everything gets old,
yeah.
everything dies down eventually, and some people are not realizing that. Even the amount of money that you feel like you would make, eventually all that gets old, and then you'll have to sit back and think about the things that you've done in the past that have made you who you are today or 10 years down
Some
the line.
I think someone be thinking they ain't never gonna get old, like the way they move. Like they
Yeah,
ain't never gonna get old. Like
and they don't think that their
what
image
you gonna
would
be
ever
45? What
change.
you think you gonna be 45, 50 still on OnlyFans?
Yeah,
Right. I
yeah,
mean, I'm sure somebody gonna pay for it. Somebody in the world that will. But at the end of the day, like
that gets old.
that's gonna be your man, your source of income.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if women be thinking they could just do certain shit and then just stop it and jump back into the world and finna have niggas that they know ready to wife. I'm like, the world don't work like that. But women, to me, have been told they can have it all. Like that's why they feel like they can go outside and focus on their careers and live life, be single, do all that one shit, and then when they decide they want a man again, act like, all right, who want to marry me, who want to wife me? Ain't nobody
It
finna
don't
wife
work
you.
like that. Yeah.
Nobody finna wife you, and I'll be getting mad when I be saying the real shit, but I'm gonna keep saying the real shit because that's just who I am. But
Mm-hmm.
we trying to help y'all. Like I'm trying to help y'all, and I
It
say this,
doesn't
but
work
I'm
like
trying to help
that.
y'all. Like
Yeah.
real talk. And that's why I brought a woman on here because I want y'all to have her insight as well as my insight, like on shit, so y'all know, like it's women out here that feel the same way I feel. It ain't just me feeling like this, like, cause y'all love to act like Devontae just hate women or something like that. Nah, I love women. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Like
But
we
at the
won't
end of
try
the
to
day,
act like
facts are facts.
yeah, facts
Yeah,
is facts.
the truth still has to be told because a lot of the people try to steer away from that because of the, like I said, the new norm.
Yep. And
You
speaking
know.
of the new norm, y'all love accepting shit depending on who it's coming from. If I was a nigga that y'all deem the most popularest nigga in the city, I could say whatever the fuck I wanted to say, and y'all gonna jump on it because it's me saying it. But since it's me saying it, y'all gotta have some type of rebuffs. Y'all need to start being real with yourself because that ain't real. That ain't
Mm-hmm.
real.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all call yourself real, but y'all don't really be keeping it real. Like, but it's all right. I'm here though, but I'm gonna keep speaking that real shit though, cause y'all purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It's about trying to avoid confrontation
facts.
by agreeing with somebody that you feel like a lot of other people wouldn't agree with. That's where I feel like the haters come in because as soon as somebody that doesn't really like you and they might have a little bit more clout or more popularity, as soon as they don't like you and they make that known, here come everybody else that feels the same way. When y'all could have really, you could have pulled me to the side if you had the opportunity. You could have made it known a long time ago, but you waited on the perfect opportunity to make that known when really you you really ain't got a mind of your own.
No, I really don't. Like
you
I said,
don't have a mind of your own.
Man, that situation where I spoke on Brother the Kid, I ain't gonna say his name. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But everybody, I had motherfuckers speaking on me. I didn't even knew who the fuck I was.
Yeah.
And that let me know right then and there, like, it's motherfuckers that been waiting to say some shit. They just was waiting on somebody else to say some shit.
What confused me about that is,
even if you disagreed, I ain't tripping. But I'm talking about for the niggas and bitches that really had shit to say, like not even about what I said, but just try to throw personal shots and shit. Like,
yeah, what confused me about the whole thing is that these are people that knew more about you than you know about them. You ain't never seen them before, ain't never spoke to them, but somehow they got information that about you that they shouldn't even have if y'all never spoke personally. Yeah. And then they wait until the perfect opportunity to try to blast that. You don't even know if it's true because you didn't speak to me directly. You didn't come to me directly. And it's so crazy.
But I was built for it. I wasn't tripping, and I didn't take it personal. That's why I wasn't going to look for nobody or nothing. Like, I still step out. I be seeing people that was on the post. I don't say nothing, like, because I ain't taking that shit personal, because it ain't about beefing with nobody. I ain't finna beef with nobody over what I say. Like, I ain't, like, so I don't give a fuck, but I was just letting it be known. Y'all be perfect. Like,
yeah, it's about it's about standing on business. Like, you gonna speak on what you want to speak on, regardless
facts
of how anybody feel about it.
So, based on, since we on this topic of just like relationship, you know what I'm saying? We just spoke about why I feel men aren't obsessed, why you feel men aren't obsessed. Just dragging on into another topic with it on how people date after they be hurt, because a lot of people get hurt and they date in survival mode. They date in scarcity
with ego,
like all that shit. So for me personally, what I see is motherfuckers that get their feelings hurt, get their heart broke, say they focusing on them. I'm talking about they ain't going to the therapy, they ain't going to the gym. These motherfuckers ain't even eating fruit, like drinking water, going to church.
Yeah,
they just waking up every day doing what they doing, not doing no work on themselves, just waking up every day doing what they doing, but still dealing with people. And then when they run into somebody that really got good intentions, then all of a sudden the fear come into place. Like, and they say they focused on them right now. They just living life or whatever. So for me, if you ain't working on yourself, it don't matter how much long you ain't dating nobody. The shit's still gonna be there. Mm-hmm. So stop with this. I'm living life, working on myself. If you ain't, like I said, if you ain't paying no therapists, no etiquette coaches, you ain't going to the gym, you ain't going to church or any type of religion you wanna get into, like stop doing that, because you just don't date. Period. Don't even let a nigga even give you that opportunity. And this for niggas too, but I'm talking about the women right now. And you can speak on the men for sure if you want to. But yeah, like people need to stop dating.
Yeah, if you haven't put in the real work to fix yourself and really get to know yourself the right way, to know what you want. Because a lot of the time when we've dated and we've been hurt, at that point you have to realize you didn't know exactly what you wanted. Right. Because relationships are supposed to last. Relationships should not be ending the way they do in the Black community, as much as they do. There shouldn't be so many single...
How they be ending? Go deep into it.
There's a lot of people who are single with baggage. There's a lot of broken homes. There's a lot of pride issues.
You're right, supposed to broken homes.
Oh yeah, I remember, but that's a fact. That's something that we need to really start addressing and putting, you know what I mean? Like, we got to put each other in check. It don't matter if it's the Black community, the white community. You got to be able to speak on certain things to get people to understand the way that they're moving and the way that, the bigger picture of something. It's okay. It's okay to be wrong and realize, you know what I mean? We're moving a little bit different. We really need to let love last. Let love live. It is a real thing. I think that love is a beautiful thing. Whether I'm in love with somebody or I'm not in love, I think love is a beautiful thing because it is real. It's a good feeling. And I know that a lot of people like to speak on, I'd rather have loyalty than love, which I feel like is part of the problem with some of these broken relationships, because a lot of the time people think that, if the relationship didn't last, we should still be able to be okay.
Somebody said some shit on the video I was looking at. He said women don't date for love, they date for security. If a woman can learn to love you, but she wants security, is that true? This is a man saying this, by the way. So
I do agree that a woman can learn to love you. Yes, I do agree.
But do you feel they date? Like, as far, I ain't gonna say date, be in a relationship for security, I should say. Yeah, he said be in a relationship. He didn't say date. Scratch that. Women being in relationships for security, but they can learn to love you in a process. They can fall in love with you.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do agree with that. I do agree that sometimes, like I said, it's a traumatic response if you feel like you have to date for security. Yeah. You know what I mean? Unless they're talking about financial security. Yeah. Is that what they're talking about?
Yeah, all that. Yeah. Emotional, financial, mental, trust, like all that shit fall under. But definitely making sure like shit is good. They ain't got to worry about the big shit, like financial for sure. Like, I feel like you could financially provide for them, make sure everything good. She ain't going nowhere anyway, even if you treating her bad. I done seen it, but I'm just saying that's just how it is. Because a lot of bitches be slave to materialistic shit and bills and all that. I know bitches don't want to even leave a nigga because the car in his name. Mm-hmm. Like, little shit like that. Like,
yeah, certain things that'll keep a woman. Certain things have to be built. Security has to be built. Along with, like you said, you can learn to love somebody. That's built, mm-hmm. But a lot of people don't understand, you have to really put in time with certain things, and you can't be scared to take a risk. So if you feel like you have to force yourself to love somebody in order to, be mm-hmm. with them, like you're not doing it the right way. Mm-hmm. Certain things have to be built.
Nah, that's facts. Like, I can't argue with that.
But you can also build security too, though, But I do feel like women.
Do you think security can be taught, or it got to be in the man? Like, you think he can learn how to be a provider, or already got to be any?
Both. I honestly feel like both, just because of the fact that some really do already kind of have this idea of what type of man they want to be. It could be how he viewed his father, or how his father was, and how he either wants to be just like that, or he doesn't want to be anything like that. So I feel like a lot of men kind of come into certain situations like, this is how I'm going to be, to show that I am, I can make my woman, or be a family man, make my family secure. But I also feel like, if you're dealing with a man who doesn't really know too much, didn't have too much to learn from, or something to
Yeah.
idolize growing up, it can be
I'm
taught.
and I'm gonna say this too. I had to teach myself to be more of a man too, because when you grow up not having a certain responsibility and now you out there in the world, like for example, if you ain't used to motherfucker calling you for problems, and then you get into the real world and in your mama house, your daddy house, and then people calling you to fix problems, you really don't know where to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
So you try to avoid situations to where they may need your help or something.
Mm-hmm.
But as a man, you like, nah, man, I can't. If a motherfucker gonna be with me, they didn't know they can call me for shit. So I started to embrace that as I got older, like in my early 20s.
So do you feel like that's what taught you how to, basically you said you taught yourself. So do you feel like that's something that motivated you to start learning certain things that would?
Yeah, I started studying men that was better than me in life.
Okay.
Like that from the way they talked, the way they dressed, from the way they walked, how they handled confrontation, how they handle business. Like, and I took different bits and pieces of that, because I know if I want to be respected as a man, you got to be able to do these things for sure. Like now, if somebody just don't respect you, period, that's just a personal problem with them. But as far as like your peers respecting you as a man, like you got to be able to whatever. That's why a lot of people call me for shit, or whether it's the vent, advice, fix actual problems, even sometimes financially, depending on what it is. Like, so because people have seen that. Like I done had women tell me they feel more comfortable with me coming over there to do this X, Y, and Z, not sexual, but to do this X, Y, and Z than the dude they've been talking to that like them.
Yeah, it can be specifically because of the whole sexual thing. You know what I mean? Sometimes a woman might seriously want to feel like, something in her life can be handled. A problem in her life can be handled without it being transactional.
Yeah.
And that's a good feeling. Like, I feel like a lot of women want that, and it could be, we really want that from the man that we are dating or that we are currently in a relationship with. But there could be some problems in that area, where like a man might not be, the man that she's with might not be helpful for real. He might not know how to handle certain things. I've seen so many men who say that they prefer to pay somebody else to get the job done.
Oh yeah, I've seen that a lot too.
They prefer to pay somebody else to get the job done rather than doing it when.
I've seen it a lot.
Yeah, because he doesn't have that skill. He didn't pick up that skill.
Yeah, but, see, I'm the type of dude, like, if I don't know how to do it, I'm going to find who can. But like I always said a minute ago too, men should never be like, I don't know. Like, to me, that's proving how useful. That's not even the word.
And it immediately puts fear in your woman.
It shows how useless you are.
Yeah.
Like, and I done asked niggas certain shit like, hey bro, how you go about doing this? How you go about it? I don't know. What you mean you don't know, bro? I don't know, bro. Like, damn, you can't tell me. Let me make a phone call, or I'ma see, or let me holler at bro. I'll let you know something. But don't just say I don't know. Like I don't never really tell nobody I don't know. If I don't know, I'm gonna be like, shit, I don't really know, bro. But let me call them because I know they know for sure, and I'm gonna let you know right back for sure. Yeah. I just don't want to get the line to you. So even though I don't know, I'm still trying to help fix the problem. Versus saying I don't know. Women look at shit like that.
Yeah.
Like,
pay close attention.
Like, why would she put trust in you and all you got to say is I don't know? So now when she get with you, she gonna be masculine because she know you ain't gonna handle it, or she can't trust you to handle it. Like, and it really be going that deep, and niggas don't, men period, they don't be thinking like stuff like that really matters. It's men that got a lot of money but can't even change a damn light bulb, a headlight in a car. Like, so you useful, but you still useless. Yeah. So a nigga that's a mechanic, he can come in and be checking her transmission, and I ain't talking about the car either. Like, that was slick as hell with the shit I be saying on life. But but it be shit like that, like just little shit like that. A lot of women like handy men, men that can solve problems versus men that can just throw money at a problem. Like, yeah. So it just depends on that woman and shit. But yeah. So let me jump into the next conversation, but it's about obviously, you know what I'm saying, relationships and shit. So I looked up something, and it said 54% of white men. No, it said percentage. Yep, I'm gonna just read exactly what it say. Percentage of 54% of white men are married, while 31% of black men get married. So 54% of white men of all in the world, 54% of them get married. While all the black men in the world, 31% of them get married. So it's like a 20% difference. So I'm gonna let you tell me why you think that's a difference like that, as far as why the white men get married at a higher percentage versus the black man get married at a lower percentage, which is 31.
I feel like stability is one of the main issues.
Okay.
The black men.
Are you saying like the black man can't like keep a household together, or what? Like what you mean when you say stability?
I think that when it comes to, you know, trauma or, you know, certain issues that black men have to deal with, I feel like stability becomes something they fear. No, I think that white men are a little
You
bit.
think black men feel? I ain't even catch up. But you think black men fear stability? Like being with one woman?
Being with one woman? Oh yes.
Like why you think they fear that? And we can go back. You can jump back into it, but I want to know why you feel black men fear stability, like being with one woman. Because I feel like in today's time, we want one woman. Y'all to do niggas real. Like
no. The only reason I feel like that is because you gotta understand. Like I work with a lot of white families,
okay.
And one thing that I've noticed that is a pattern, they've already kind of come into something where they know what they want for their future.
Okay.
Sometimes at a young age too. They start young
the
with
white,
building
building
their future.
The white people, right? Okay.
Yes. They already start young, so
I agree with that.
Yeah, so you know, a lot of the time it's easier to say that they're not afraid to build. They're not afraid of stability. They're not afraid to commit.
Yeah.
Not saying that white men don't cheat with other women. I'm not saying that, but I've noticed that they stick to the code a lot more. And I don't like to be biased or anything like that because, like I said, I mean, I'm all for black men. I love black men.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like with black men not necessarily having the same opportunities or having the same future or the same goals that that white men would have or carry, that's kind of already starting them to go down the wrong road. Just because, like, at a young age, I do feel like at a young age, black men do genuinely want that one woman.
Yeah.
When you get hurt by that woman at a young age, or when something doesn't work out right, and you get to the point where now you're dating off after, you know, you've picked up certain traits that kind of make you fear how to move with that woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's more common in the black community for black women too. You know what I mean? We move with baggage. We go from one situation to the next instead of actually like literally taking the time to build with one person that usually we met in childhood, you know? So I feel like,
yeah, that was deep.
Yeah, I do feel like stability is what the black community fears.
Stability, damn.
I think that we feel like we don't have that opportunity.
I ain't even thought of that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I
thought it was just more so like motherfuckers just want to be happy all the time. Like for me, I feel like when women think of marriage, they think of happiness. They think of every day, all day. Supposed to be a movie, supposed to be happiness. Ain't never supposed to be no bad times. Supposed to have this and have that, do this, do that. Nobody, y'all ain't never supposed to fight. You ain't never supposed to get into it. Y'all ain't never supposed to have no financial problems at all. You ain't never supposed to have no death in the families that affect one or the other. Y'all ain't never supposed to have no disagreements. Ain't nobody supposed to be mentally out of the relationship for whatever they going through personally.
Mm-hmm. Y'all see where he going with
this?
Think
about keeping a relationship fresh, because when you get in a relationship with somebody, you still got to date them.
Mm-hmm.
Because because women want what the shit that you did to get them, they want that the shit to keep going. So you got to keep doing that and keep doing that and keep finding ways to keep the relationship fresh.
Yeah.
And that's why it says in the vows, it says sickness and health, rich or poor. It don't say nothing about happiness in marriage vows
exactly.
at all. So when people get married thinking it's supposed to be a Disney fantasy, that's why I think they be getting divorced after 2-3 years, because they ain't happy no more. When in reality, they ain't. It's not that they ain't happy. It's just marriage is work.
Mm-hmm.